Then the other thing I wanted to tell you about is the McGregor Poirier trilogy is starting to get a little more interesting just off of Twitter beef and drama. I mean, these two, Conor McGregor has been putting out this like gentlemanly atmosphere. It worked for him fine in the Cerrone fight. Didn't change anything up going into this Poirier fight. Maybe a bit of PR, mature rehabilitation, but it seems like that might be over. He said something about no more Mr. Nice Guy after the fight. He did, and Dustin Poirier, I don't know if it was a call out, but just like a public note. I said mentions like, hey, you promised you were gonna donate some money to my charity organization. We haven't received that check. McGregor says something like it's a donation, not a debt, and you guys haven't followed through to the level that we expect charities to do before we make a donation. It seems like a bit of a no more Mr. Nice Guy. Like he's able to stay humble in victory and do that sort of thing, but not so humble and classy in defeat and hoping to get in Poirier's head a little. I think the next press conference is going to be a lot more interesting, a lot more tense than the last one, bringing back to the McGregor of old. So I'd keep an eye on how that press conference goes. I mean, McGregor's never lost two in a row. He, I really can't imagine. He always finds excuses. He always finds ways to write off guys' performances. Like he says, like Poirier says, "I'm gonna meet you in the middle, July 10th." McGregor's like, "Well, you went on the back foot last time and shot for a takedown in the first 30 seconds, but we'll see what you do." As if that's not like just a good way to fight, especially against a guy like McGregor who is going to walk forward and throw really heavy, as if like the only way to beat McGregor is to do the same thing as him and beat him, as if using different fight tactics to weaken the opponent's strength and then get him where you want him isn't just really excellent fighting. So we'll see. But I'm starting to circle the date on that first press conference because I think we're going to see a little more trash talk, a little more of an effort to get under the opponent's skin. But the Diamond is such an aptly suited nickname for the career Dustin Poirier's had. He's just faced such a murderer's row of guys, especially in recent years at the top level. I mean, you main event that fight against Max Holloway. You main event against Khabib in his home country. He's taken on McGregor now. So I really, you've got to put him up there in terms of mental toughness with the guys who have been unfazed by McGregor in Diaz and Khabib. So I would be shocked if it works or does anything. I think Poirier was ready for the trash talk last time. I think he'll be ready for it this time, but this fight is starting to get intriguing. All right, that's going to wrap up this Combat Corner.